Hello, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Johan and I'm a Dutchie, and I want to learn about life and living in Australia by watching YouTube videos and reacting to YouTube videos about life and living in Australia, because it's way down there, down under, and I'm afraid of flying. So by watching YouTube videos and getting reactions from my ever-growing community, I learned a lot about Australia lately. But before we're gonna dive into the video of Saro, we reacting to not comments but requests about what's going on in Europe with the drought, because in Australia you guys are used to get not enough water, at least in the Outback, and we over here in the Netherlands and in Europe, we are not that used to not having a lot of water and rainfall in Europe. So we have a lot of bushfires lately. Even one almost 100k away from me in the Netherlands. It's crazy. We never had this kind of bushfire, but we had one last week. So it's crazy. And I want to show you some pictures about how it is and how it was lately. So this is, and I don't pretend that I know what what text is. I can't read it, so I had to translate it. This is in Serbia. Then is it? I do know it's the Danube. So it's in Serbia, 2020, and this is 2026. Then the next one I'm going to show you, this is the Rhine, and I recognize the Dome of Köln. So this is Germany, 2021 and now 2026. And another one was also from, this is Budapest, Hungary, 2024, the same bridge now in 2026. And I believe the last one was also from Düsseldorf, the Rhine, again in Germany, 2024, and now in 2026. So the drought is very high. For the moment, I can tell you I have air conditioning in my house. I was expecting it, so I bought a couple of years ago air conditioning. So at my house right now with airco, and looking right beneath the cam, it's 24.9 degrees inside, and it is 10:30 in the evening, and outside it's only 22.9, so it's 25 inside and 23 outside degrees Celsius. So, and that's going to be the entire night. And we have this kind of temperatures for almost 3 months now. And I've hardly seen any raindrops. Hence, you see that the rivers are also drying up. And there are code reds all over. And let me take you to the comment of this TikTok. You see the comments. Record-breaking drought, the Rhine, Danube, and Po are dropped to historic lows. Due to the low water, cargo and cruise ships can no longer navigate. So there is this economic disaster, because cargo ships using usually the Rhine and the Danube, and of course we have more rivers, but those are the rivers of this, to transport cargo cannot be done. And cruise ships, also a problem. And sunken ships and cars have resurfaced from beneath the water. So suddenly we find sunken ships, and even, it's not in this photo, but I've seen photos about it, a WW2 war tank was recovered from the river along with highly explosive ammunition in his neighborhood, so in Germany. All these years, the tank was below. Yeah, so it's been very dry the last, I have, how to say, 3 months? Yeah, for the last 3 months, there's hardly any rain in all of Europe, and we have a lot of bushfires going on. It's not the same as in Australia, but we're getting there. I almost don't need to go to Australia because we have the same weather over here. I know it's not true, but just to be in comparison. So let's dive into the video server. And the video server want to be, if I get OBS to work along with me, 10 most insane Australian road trains ever built. This is absurd. So 10 most insane. I want to know how insane are these trucks. So let's dive into the video.
Extreme truck configuration ever allowed on public roads anywhere on Earth. Not the biggest sleeper cab, not the most powerful engine, the most extreme combination of length, weight, and raw logistical impossibility ever approved by a government and sent down a public highway.
300-ton Australian road train.
The answer is Australia, and it is not even close. Most people who hear the words road train picture something long, something impressive by normal standards. They are not prepared for what Australia actually built. 53 meters, 300 tons, moving at 100 kilometers per hour through Outback, where the nearest town in any direction might be 600 kilometers away, on roads so remote that a breakdown means waiting hours, sometimes days, for help to arrive. And that is just the standard configuration. These are the 10 most insane Australian road train combinations ever documented. And by the end of this video, you will never look at a long truck the same way again. Number
I already did.
10, the standard B-double, 26 meters, 62 tons. Start here because this is where Australian road trains begin, and even the entry level is extraordinary by international standards. 2 trailers connected by a turntable system, the second mounted on a rotating plate on the rear of the first, giving the combination better stability through curves than a conventional drawbar setup. 26 meters long, 62 tons of payload. For context, the maximum legal truck and trailer combination in the United States runs approximately 20 meters. The smallest Australian road train configuration is already 30% longer than the largest American truck legally allowed on most interstates. In Australia, this is the manageable option. The configuration drivers new to road trains start with before
26 turnable coupling enables tight turning, manageable platform for new drivers. The baseline rig, gateway to larger trains. So it's the baseline. You start learning with only 2.
Or progressing to something more extreme, 26 meters, 62 tons, the entry level. Everything that follows on this list is bigger. Number 9, the B-triple, 36 meters, 90 tons. Add one more trailer and the picture changes completely. 36 meters long, 90 tons of payload in a single combination. The turntable connections allow the rear trailers to track through corners with enough precision to navigate standard highway curves without excessive lane deviation. But the braking distances change everything. A 90-ton combination at 100 kilometers per hour does not stop the way a standard truck stops. The air brake system manages momentum across 3 separate trailer units simultaneously. Drivers.
Yeah. How do you stop in case of an emergency? An emergency brake, and you're still moving, I don't know, 100, maybe 200 meters still before you actually come down to a full stop.
Transitioning from standard trucks to B-triples report, the first week is primarily about recalibrating every instinct developed over years behind the wheel. Nothing about the physics feels the same. 36 meters, 90 tons, and the braking system is doing calculations every second of every run.
It's made by an American. You can hear it. It's exaggerating every sentence he can.
Number 8, the road train proper, 53.5 meters, 300 tons. Now, here is where the numbers stop making comfortable sense. 4 trailers behind a Kenworth or Western Star Prime mover. 53.5 meters, bumper to rear axle, 175 feet, longer than a Boeing 737, 300 tons, moving at 100 kilometers per hour on roads so straight, the combination stretches beyond the visible horizon before the rear trailer clears the truck stop it just left. When 2 road trains meet on a single-lane Outback highway, both drivers slow down, edge to the shoulder, commit to their line, and the gap between them as they pass is measured in inches, not feet. 4 seconds of that gap at reduced speed. Then both drivers breathe again and continue into the dark. 53.5 meters, 300 tons, the standard configuration. And there are 7 more entries on this list. Number 7, the oversized livestock combination.
Livestock combination 7. Also 53.5 meters. With 200 live cattle, 300 ton.
53.5 meters live cargo. Everything about a standard road train change.
And he skips the term that is 45 degrees Celsius in the Outback, because Americans don't know what Celsius is.
Changes when the cargo is alive. 4 double-deck livestock trailers, 2 levels of cattle on each. 200 head of
level of cattle. So I seen it over here for pigs, 2 levels, but 2 levels of cattle on it. Wow.
Animals shifting their weight simultaneously, responding to corners, braking events, and road surface changes, creating lateral forces that equivalent static cargo would never generate. Drivers running livestock combinations develop a specific skill set around anticipating animal movement and adjusting speed and cornering accordingly. The weight distribution changes continuously and without warning. A 300-ton combination.
Yeah. It's livestock. They move as they see fit.
Whose payload has opinions about how it is being driven on Outback roads in 45-degree heat with a cattle yard 2,000 kilometers away waiting for the delivery. Most people have no idea this world exists. Number 6, the oversized permit combination. Beyond 53.5 meters, the standard road train has a legal maximum. Beyond that maximum, everything requires a permit, and some operators get the permit. Combinations operating under special government permits in remote Western Australia and the Northern Territory have been documented approaching 60 meters. Pilot vehicles front and rear. Advanced notification to every utility company along the route. Temporary removal of overhead cables to allow passage. 60 meters of truck and trailer moving at walking pace.
Yeah, okay. Is this in Australia or is this in United States? Because I'm not sure if this is a scene from Australia or from the United States. Could be, because the traffic lights are on the other side of the cross section. So I guess it's United States. And I've seen these massive trucks moving stuff, but it's not the same.
Pace through a remote highway intersection while pilot vehicles manage traffic at both ends. That is not a truck on a highway. That is a controlled infrastructure event with a truck at the center of it. Number 5, the private road train, 90 meters in remote.
90 meters. God. It's even larger than an entire street where I'm living on. It's 90 meters.
Areas where infrastructure is privately maintained by mining companies and agricultural stations. Combinations completely illegal on any public highway operate routinely as internal logistics vehicles. Private road train combinations documented on station and mine site roads have reached 90 meters. Multiple prime movers working in
So, but those are not allowed on public roads. So it is a road train as we know them from Australia, but it's not a road train that travels between, for example, Sydney and Perth. It's not allowed on public roads.
combination. lead and push configurations, loads that dwarf anything on the public network. These are not experimental vehicles. They are working logistics tools in an environment where the absence of public regulation creates space for something the public road system could never accommodate. 90 meters on private roads in the Australian Outback, doing the work of a small fleet of standard trucks. Number 4, the Pilbara mine.
The Pilbara Hull Combination 4, 60 meters, 500 tons.
Haul combination, 60 meters, 500 tons. The Pilbara region of Western Australia contains some of the richest iron ore deposits on Earth. Getting that ore from the mine face to the processing facility involves road distances that rail cannot always cover and volumes that standard trucks cannot efficiently move. The solution in some operations is a 60-meter combination on dedicated private haul roads engineered to support axle loads that public highway infrastructure cannot handle. 500 tons of iron ore moving on roads that exist for no other purpose, keeping global steel production supplied every single day. Number 3, the road train fuel tanker, 53.5 meters, liquid cargo. Every remote community in the Australian Outback runs on diesel. Every cattle station, mining camp, and indigenous community, hundreds of kilometers from the nearest town, depends on fuel deliveries that can only arrive by road. A road train fuel tanker on the Stewart Highway from Darwin south toward Alice Springs carries multiple pressurized tanker trailers across 1,500 kilometers of Outback. The liquid cargo creates dynamic, solid freight never produces, fuel surging inside tanks during braking and cornering, pushing against the direction of travel in ways requiring continuous adjustment. A half-full tanker behaves completely differently from a full one or an empty one. 53.5 meters of liquid cargo in 45-degree heat with the next fuel stop.
But only filled for half.
300 kilometers away. That is not a fuel delivery. That is a survival mission for the communities at the other end. Number 2, the B triple.
Without fuel, nothing goes or flies. I get it.
Oversized load, 36 meters plus.
Only 36 meters? Military precision night escort.
A B triple running under oversized load regulations with abnormal cargo, mining equipment, industrial machinery, too wide or tall for standard road dimensions, transforms a logistics operation into something requiring military-level planning. Police escort in some jurisdictions, time windows restricted to overnight hours, advanced surveys of every bridge, underpass, power line, and road sign along the approved route. And
yeah, that's not only in Australia. Those things I also see in Germany and over here in the Netherlands and Great Britain. So that's not specifically a road train in Australia.
After dark,
but still impressive to drive such a thing.
The wildlife hazards that peak on Outback highways after sunset, a combination already requiring advanced driving skills, operating under oversized restrictions, moving through the night. That is professional heavy haulage in Australia, and it happens hundreds of times a year. Number 1, the Gun Barrel Highway Road Train, the most extreme run on Earth. And here we are.
The Gun Barrel, yeah.
Number 1, the Gun Barrel Highway Road Train.
The Gun Barrel Highway Road Train number 1.
The most extreme run on Earth. And here we are, the one that earns the top position not just for the truck, but for the road it travels. The Gun Barrel Highway runs approximately 1,400 kilometers across the Great Victoria Desert. Built in the 1950s for military purposes, never fully sealed. Large sections remain unpaved, dirt and gravel. No fuel stops for hundreds of kilometers, no phone signal, no emergency services within practical response distance. Road trains run the Gun Barrel Highway to supply remote communities and mining operations that have no other viable connection to the outside world. 53.5 meters, 300 tons, on an unsealed desert track, in temperatures exceeding 45 degrees Celsius, with no communication and no assistance if something goes wrong. The driver carries spare parts, water, and emergency equipment to survive a breakdown in the most isolated section. Fuel is calculated to cover the longest gap between supply points with a margin that accounts for the additional consumption of running in sand and gravel rather than sealed asphalt. Not as an adventure, as a job. And
wow, look at those
somewhere out there
pictures.
right now, someone is doing it. 10 configurations, 10 reasons Australia owns the title of most extreme trucking nation
In comparison with United States, of course.
on Earth, the B double beating American legal limits, the B triple recalibrating driver instincts, the 300-ton standard road train longer than a Boeing 737, the livestock combination whose cargo has opinion.
Yeah, wow. This one and that one.
Road train longer than a Boeing 737, the livestock combination whose cargo
Double. These are massive. Luckily, the Outback is flat. I know it's not totally, but and straight roads, because if you have to go between all the mountains, then it won't be doable at all. So long straight roads.
has opinions, the oversized permit combination relocating power lines, the 90-meter private road monster, the Pilbara Haul moving 500 tons of iron ore, the fuel tanker keeping remote communities alive, the oversized load B triple moving through the night, and the gun barrel highway run, unsealed desert track, no signal, no help, someone doing it right now. America has the biggest trucks on paved roads. Australia has the most extreme trucks on any road at all. Australian driver, have you run any of these configurations?
Yeah. Wow. 90 meters. Gee. How do they do this? Oh boy, oh boy. And in my eye caught another video right going down there, but these are also, you won't believe how big these monsters are. Maybe for next time, for another video. Wow. These trucks, I know road trains in Australia are big, and I've seen a lot of them doing several videos that I did about the Outback, and you never really know what they are really look like and how big they are until you really hear the numbers and the weight that they hold. It's amazing. And it's unique to Australia. You never see it anywhere else. I don't think it's allowed anywhere else. Well, if you like the video, then press like. And if you want to see more of my videos, then this is a good place to start with. And otherwise, it would be really appreciated if you hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next Australian video.